Hi, my name is Megan. Welcome to our painting party. Just want to make sure that everybody has all of the supplies ready. So you should have your canvas, a small paintbrush, a large paintbrush, and your colors of paint. So we are going to paint the image of Believe. At any point you can pause to catch up from the video, or you can always take breaks and come back to it later, so you don't have to do it all at once. But the first thing that we are going to do is kind of set up our canvas. So if you have a pencil with you as well, just to give some kind of direction. So the first thing you'll do is create a circle for where you want your sun or your moon to be. And then also just kind of a line separating your sky and your grass, just to give yourself kind of a space where that happens as well. Alright, so step one, after you have drawn out kind of where you are going to place the different areas, we're going to start with our white and the small brush. And we are going to start first with the moon. So you're going to fill in your white paint in your circle. And don't worry about the mark of the pencil, because that is going to be covered with the blue paint. So you're just gonna apply, and you can go around the circle, it doesn't have to stay in, because it'll help with blending. But you're gonna apply enough paint in this area. And then just kind of spreading it out so it's not as clumpy. Okay, and then you can put down your brush for now and get ready to have the blue paint be next. And so what you want to do, if you have, I think we forgot to mention, just maybe have either some paper towel around, or kind of a paper plate or a styrofoam plate, whatever you have, because that can help mix paints if you need to as well. But we're going to grab some of the blue, and like I said, in the picture you want it to kind of blend a little bit, so be lighter and then get darker on the outside. So it's going to help cover the pencil mark and also kind of help us blend. So a little bit of blue will go a long way at first. And you're going to go around that shape that you first created, blending in with some of the white. What you're going to want to do as you are adding your blue to help is just give like kind of a swirl technique with your brush, so it can help blend. But what we'll do is pause now so you can finish up your moon, and then we'll start with the rest of the sky. Alright, you are now going to take your larger brush, and we are going to use just the blue paint for this part, and we are going to extend the sky. So you can dip your brush, and you are going to continue kind of that circular motion around, but you're going to add in some darker blue. And it's okay if you get kind of the top of the canvas as well, and the sides. But you are going to make this dark blue almost to the line for where you want your grass to be, and almost to the edge of the canvas. So again, you're going to continue to just dip the brush in for the blue paint and fill in around your moon. And again, we'll stop here to allow you to do that yourself. Alright, so we had our blue filled, again almost to the line, almost to the side. And now we are going to add a tiny bit of blue and black mixed together. So you can dip your brush first in the black and then in the blue. Again, a little goes a long way for these colors. And this is going to be what you fill in the rest of your space with. So mixing those two colors with as much as you need. It's okay if you go over that line by the grass. And you're gonna blend the darker blue in. And again, we will pause to have you finish this part of the painting, and then we will move on to the grass. All right, and some of you might see with the paint that you are using, we might need to add about 2 layers of each color and coat to kind of avoid the canvas white kind of coming through. So you can give your first coat about a minute or 2 to dry, and then we can go over and add a second layer of just the regular blue and then the blue and black mixed together. All right, so after you're able to let it dry a little bit and do your second coat, let that dry a little bit, and then we are ready to move on to the grass. So you're gonna start with a smaller brush first, and then we can move to the bigger brush. And just use some of your green, and you're going to kind of go up and down in that line at first to create the divide between the sky and the grass. And it's okay if some of your blue sky is kind of mixing in. It'll just make that grass seem darker in the shadows. So I'll allow you guys to finish that line. So we'll pause here. All right, so once you have your line done with the smaller brush, we'll take the larger brush with the green and just finish out that section. So just paint the rest of it with your green and your larger brush. And we'll pause here to have you finish. Alright, the next thing you're going to do is, again with a small brush, get some yellow paint. Same thing what we did with the black, but up further on top. You are going to add in some lines to represent a lighter color grass with the yellow. And this time as well, in the painting, they have some taller grass come up, so very kind of sparingly you can add in some taller pieces of grass as well. But continue this throughout the green. And kind of going in different directions so it's not all the same, so it doesn't look mechanical and it looks more natural like grass. And I will pause here to let you finish. So after you have completed the grass, you are going to now need your stencil for the jar. One thing though is to make sure that our grass is going to be as dry as possible for this set, so it might take a little bit longer to wait in between. So when you lay your stencil down, you're not getting paint all over. All right, we are gonna pause on the jar, so we'll do the writing last. So we're gonna move on to our yellow paint and adding in kind of the light of what would be the lightning bugs or stars. So just kind of going through, you don't have to be perfect in where you add in your yellow compared to the picture, but go ahead and start adding in the larger yellow circles with a small brush. You can add in as many or as little as you want, and we will pause to let you add those in. All right, so then that would be our last step. So I hope you enjoyed our painting party and have fun creating your painting.